This is AMI Inside.
Welcome back to AMI Inside and the 2018 Canadian Vision Teachers Conference. Lowell and Julie Taylor appeared on Season 4 of The Amazing Race Canada, finishing 7 of 11 stages, with Lowell being the first visually impaired contestant in franchise history.
Julie and Lowell, married couple from Lethbridge, Alberta.
A team in The Amazing Race and a team in life. Lowell and Julie Taylor present their story about what it takes to get through life's challenges and turn obstacles into opportunities.
Good evening, CVTC.
In life, there will be obstacles with school, work, home, physical and mental health, and only you can choose your attitude, and only you are in control of your response. To set the scene for the following clip, we are in Vietnam. It is super hot, like plus 50 degrees Celsius hot. We haven't eaten, we hadn't slept. We had been lost for 3 hours and nobody spoke English. This was our final dash to the pit stop.
Feel free to laugh if you desire.
Oh, let's go, Lowell.
With Lowell holding onto a strap attached to Julie's backpack, she moves quickly around a tree, but Lowell runs right into it.
Sorry about that, Lowell. I completely ran you into that tree.
That's perfectly okay, because I feel that scene had tremendous impact.
Oh, Lowell, it was so cheesy, but it was a big hit.
And
Okay, no point.
it seems to have had impact. I'm not one of those guys who likes to beat around the bush. As you saw in the video clip, I like to run right into it. What's the point? I'm blind, and that's a pretty big obstacle. And though I wouldn't choose to be blind, I'm very thankful for what it's taught me and the opportunities that it's given us. I was the first blind racer on any Amazing Race franchise, and we were very honored to have that role. But we're going to talk more about the Amazing Race in a little bit. First, let's talk about life before the Amazing Race. I have retinitis pigmentosa. Many of you are familiar, but it's a degenerative eye condition where I slowly lose my vision. I've been losing it ever since I was a little boy, and I currently have no peripheral vision. I have 15 degrees. I've compromised central vision and low acuity, and I have no vision in low light and compromised color vision. So I live every day in a sighted world without the vision to go along, and it makes things difficult on a day-to-day basis. So while these eyes may look good, they don't look so good. I want to introduce you to little Lowell. Kind of cute. But behind those big glasses are some very sad eyes. He was a very sad boy. I was going blind ever since birth, but it started with the vision at night. I got glasses at grade 1. They were big, and they led to bullying and people teasing me. But it wasn't just the vision. There are also some other things going on. So when I was on a bright July summer's day, 1984, little Lowell was standing on the hood of a 1979 Colony Park Mercury station wagon with fake wood paneling. Alongside his siblings, his older brother, 5 years older, who also has RP, 2 older sisters and a younger sister, and we are on the roof on the side of a country road north of Calgary, cheering our mother as she was bringing the cows home for evening milking. She jumped in the vehicle, the children jumped off the side, climbed in the vehicle. Mom started to move forward. Unfortunately, little Lowell wasn't brave enough to go down the side and jump into the ditch. He climbed down the front. The car moving forward knocked little Lowell over, and the car, the front right wheel, went right over his stomach. Now, I didn't die. That would have dramatically changed the story. It did lead to pinched nerves in my bowels, which led to compromised bowel control, which led to some pretty crappy moments through my childhood. So I was the stinky, blind, fat, lonely kid. I felt broken. I take out a hammer and I smash the bowl. It's a representation of how I felt, broken in pieces, worthless, no purpose, no sense for the future. Life started to get a little bit better. I went off to university, and to pay for it, I had to go back to the family farm. And one summer day, I was working on a silage bagger, a machine that packs silage feed, cow feed, into a big bag. And I was standing on the machine cleaning it, and it was turned on accidentally. And 6-inch spikes started to rip through my legs and pull me into the machine. It was turned off quickly. I was shot out, blood everywhere. Dad put a tourniquet on my leg and rushed me to the hospital. They put the ear monitor on, and I hear beep, beep, beep. I asked the doctor if I was dead. He assured me I was not. A malfunction of the machine, but that would have changed the story also. At age 24, I went to my ophthalmologist, and he had the difficult job of informing me that he would have to write a letter to Alberta Transportation to remove my license. So I started to fall down into another depression. Around that time, I call this my quarter-life crisis. Things kept crumbling around me. And life continues to be hard. I speak about it as perpetual loss, perpetual grief, as I continually lose my vision.
To his credit, Lowell's vision loss has never hindered him from challenging himself. He became a successful psychologist and, with Julie by his side, continues to turn obstacles into opportunities.
Our advantage going in was our communication and teamwork, and we knew we'd have to rely heavily on that. Lowell would often have his hand on my backpack, or he would hold this actual dog leash I had attached to my backpack.
She kept me on a tight leash.
Yeah, I did. Or we'd hold hands, and I'd communicate with a simple hand squeeze or a single word, like up, left, or right. If I say jump, this guy jumps. See? Good boy. The roadblocks were really tricky. Roadblocks are a task that only one person can complete with absolutely no help from your partner. And the clues are super vague, so you really don't know what you're getting yourself into. This was very difficult for us because if Lowell picked anything that was too visual, then boom, we could be eliminated. So part of our strategy here was that if the clue at all indicated heights or strength, then Lowell would take it. So in Jasper, the clue read, "Who wants to let it all hang out?"
I do.
Lowell likes that. We thought it was bungee jumping from the Jasper Sky Tram. Turned out a bungee fall meant a failed attempt at the actual challenge, which was completing those monkey bars below the Sky Tram. Lowell's fine in the strength department, even with the extra 30-pound bungee cord hanging from him, but it was his sight that got in the way. The rungs were black with the black background, and so he couldn't see them. So he very slowly felt his way to the last rung, and when he reached for that last rung, he slipped and fell.
My disappointment quickly turned into excitement. Now, I'm bungee jumping from the Sky Tram in Jasper. Something you can't even pay to do. I chose to live in the moment, to be present despite the disappointment. We have learned many things through obstacles, and it's the obstacles that have led us to learn and grow. I also learned that my brokenness is beautiful. I once saw myself as shattered. I saw my brokenness as weakness, that I didn't belong, that I didn't have worth or value, that I couldn't see that future of hope and value. I speak about moments where I felt broken, but also the moments that felt repairing. And understanding the word kintsugi, the idea of golden repair, the bowl is put back together with gold. So each line represents healing. And after the bowl is put back together, it has more character and more beauty, and it has more worth than it did before. And this healing is a way to see that we're all beautiful. And when we share that with each other, we don't have to see ourselves as weak or broken, but we can see ourselves as beautiful and have something to offer other people. Thank you, everybody. Go live with heart.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.